Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to episode 210 of Enter Crypto, where twice a day I keep you informed and fully up to date on all things crypto. If that sounds like something you would be interested in, then like, subscribe, and click on the notifications bell so that you don't miss out on any future updates, as I put out a new video every 12 hours. So today we're going to be talking about Arbitrum and a crypto scammer that managed to use address poisoning to basically steal ARB tokens. This is in relation to the airdrop that was dropped to ARB users. I think it was about a week ago, something like that, a week and a half ago. So what we'll do, as always, we'll read through the article and then we'll comment after. Crypto scammer gets away with $1.2 million in ARB tokens through address poisoning attack. Here is what happened. A hacker has made off with $1.2 million worth of ARB tokens through a relatively new type of cyber attack that uses modified wallet addresses to steal funds. Blockchain data shows that one crypto address has been stealing funds from ARB users. So far, the attacker has scammed out over 600 different crypto wallets for more than 930,000 ARB tokens, which are currently worth over $1.2 million at current rates. The transfer of funds started on March the 24th, a day after Arbitrum, a popular Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution, carried out its highly anticipated airdrop. ARB is the native governance token behind the L2 network. So for anyone who doesn't know, ARB is, as they say, it's a governance token in here, and it gives you kind of voting rights. So the more ARB tokens that you have, the more sort of voting power you have over the protocol for any future changes that they propose or that the community proposes. The transfers took place using a contract whose creator is tagged as FakeFishing18. He couldn't have been more obvious with his name. On Arbitrum's blockchain explorer, this suggests that users who have lost their tokens should have interacted with the malicious contract by clicking a phishing link. A number of crypto users have revealed on Twitter that they have fallen victim to the attack, lost 7,250 ARB token to the attacker, which is currently worth $10,000 at time of tweet, one user said. Ethereum smart contract developer Brainsy also previously warned about a malicious contract created by FakeFishing18 on March the 24th. They said that interacting with the contract creates an additional transaction request that appears as if it's from the sender's wallet, but instead is a phishing attack. When I make a send, the fake contract also makes a transaction that appears like it's from my wallet. I assume to get me to interact with the contract, they said at the time. So what is an address poisoning and why is it on the rise? This type of attack, which has gained popularity among hackers more recently, is referred to address poisoning and basically capitalizes on user carelessness and haste. During this type of hack, an attacker attempts to steal funds from a crypto wallet by modifying the wallet's address. In early January, MetaMask warned that address poisoning attacks are on the rise. At the time, the Web3 wallet developer said hackers try to use an address with the same first and last few characters as the real transaction, in hopes you will not check the full address and instead copy theirs in a future transaction. You can protect yourself by double checking the full address or by using the address book feature, MetaMask said at the time. Meanwhile, on-chain analyst LookOnChain has reported that a fake ARB token has seen over $24,000 in transaction volume on the decentralized exchange Uniswap. The blockchain investigator advised the community to be careful when trading ARB. And lastly, as reported, Arbitrum token claims started on March the 23rd. According to data from Nansen, around 520,000 addresses have claimed almost 1 billion ARB tokens as of press time. This means that only 110,000 addresses are yet to claim their tokens from the eligible 625,000. According to data by CoinMarketCap, ARB is currently trading at $1.33, almost flat over the past day. However, the coin is down by almost 90% compared to its all-time high of around $11.80. So what can we learn from this? This is basic OPSEC, this is basic responsibility and trying to do everything you can not to fall victim to these kinds of attacks. So what's happening here is that if you've got, for example, a MetaMask wallet that interacts with the Ethereum blockchain, and you've gone to collect or try to get the tokens that you from the airdrop that you're entitled to, they will basically get you to sign a transaction that will look like a MetaMask one, but it will actually be something that interacts with a contract for them rather than the contract that you think it is. And what they'll do is they'll use vanity addresses, and a vanity address basically is just an address where you can kind of choose the beginning of it. So if you want to, so every Ethereum address obviously starts with 0x, but you can make it say 0x, ENTER for enter crypto if you want to. You can't have too many because I think 5 digits would be a limit, and it takes a long time to actually find an address like that. But you can do it. You can put your initials into it or something like that, something easy. And so what they're doing is they can see your address, they can see you're about to claim it. If your address starts with 0x1CA, for example, they'll find a vanity address that matches that, and they will just hope that you don't check the rest of the address. And so they'll have access to the 0xC1A contract that they've, the address that they have created, but they won't have access to yours. But what they'll do is when you sign that transaction, you are technically giving them authority to now claim, or you'll claim and the tokens will be sent to their address and not yours. And so they have control over that address, so then they can sell the tokens or whatever. And so they've basically done that to a load of addresses and got now $1.2 million worth of these tokens. And so my main advice, and I do this myself, religiously, I check every single transaction that I do. I make sure I check the beginning, and I also check the last, because it's very difficult to get a vanity address that has the beginning sort of first 5 digits and the last 5 digits. It's almost impossible. If you want to go crazy, you can actually read it out. And another good thing as well is because in crypto, when you're transferring money from one person to another, or to yourself to a different wallet, let's say from a hot wallet to a cold wallet, often we'll use copy paste, for the address because it's such a long thing. And there's actually a virus, the software that's out there, malicious software, that can get in the way of that copy paste. I forget the name of the attack, but it can basically change it so that when you type it in, if you don't check it, then it'll send the funds. You just send the funds, you think you're sending it to yours, because you just copy and pasted it, you think, well, it's going to be right, and actually it's not. They've changed that address. So when you copy yours, and in the process of between then and then pasting it, it will paste their address and not yours, and you'll just send the transaction. So if you don't check it, which many people don't, then whatever crypto you're sending in that transaction will go to them and not to you, and you'll be wondering where your money's gone. So that's another one. So always check. And another good point that they said in this article is to use the address list. So in the beginning, if you want to copy and paste and create an address list of known addresses that you control, you can then get MetaMask to save that, and then they can't come in between that. Then it's no longer possible. So it kind of like a whitelist address, we call it whitelisting, and you get them on exchanges where you basically whitelist your own addresses, and then and if you want to, you can be so strict with the exchanges to say, well, don't send any crypto unless it goes to these whitelist addresses. And that's another really good way. Always use two-factor authentication. Obviously, that's a given. And I'm not talking about SMS, two-factor authentication. Get yourself a YubiKey. They are the best. They really are the sort of the pinnacle of security for passwords and things like that. So get one of them, because you need to when you use a YubiKey or a YubiKey, you need to physically be there to touch the key to actually produce the password, and so that makes it not impossible, but close to impossible for anyone remotely to try and attack your computer or try and steal your crypto or try and get your passwords, because obviously you need to be there to touch the sometimes they're called a BitLocker. So anyway, stay safe, check everything, always check when transferring funds that the address is your address. And if you have to go crazy and check every single digit and it takes you a long time, if it's a significant amount of money that you're transferring, then do that. It'll take a little bit longer, but do it. Another alternative is to use, if on the Ethereum network, is to use an ENS address. That means basically that's going one step further than a vanity address where you put your own little initials maybe in your ETH address, but now you can actually put, say, entercrypto.eth, and that's now a bit like a www website address that you can use to send money, and then it can't be phished either in that way. So hopefully you will all take something away from that, and you'll all continue to be careful. That's what I've got for you this evening, guys. Remember, everybody, to please subscribe to the channel, Join my team and I'll keep you updated on all things crypto every 12 hours. Don't forget to smash the like button if you feel you got value from this video, and I'll see you all in 12 hours time.